I am Sly Dunbar of Sly Robbie fame, and I was born in Jamaica, grew up in Jamaica. I played drums, and I've played with people like Jimmy Cliff, Peter Tosh, Black Guru, on tour, Sinead Khan on tour with all of these people. And I've played with a couple of other recording artists and everybody. Bob Dylan, Mick Jagger, Joe Cocker, Gwen Guthrie, Grace Jones, Simple Red, No Doubt, quite a few.
Yeah. And you are still very active producing.
Yeah, we're active producing and doing a lot of sessions still playing.
Yes, you do. You know, if you Google you can find clips all around the world. I saw a clip from a jazz festival, I think in Finland, for example, with you and Robbie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's nice. So you go out. I mean, do you work when you go out doing tours? Do you do reggae or do you?
Yeah,
do
we do
anything?
reggae. We have a band called Taxi Gang, and we go out and perform. Sometimes we carry artists with us like Shireen or Bitty McLean with us. Like we just came back from Australia, and we were there with Bitty McLean doing like Blue Fest festival, and we did 2 shows with the Wailers.
All right. How often do you tour?
Well, as often as there is tour, we tour, you know. But most of the time we are in and out, probably doing session and all of that.
Yeah, so this is where we are now, One Pop Studio. Is your base?
Yeah, this is our base life with Sly Robbie and Kaz and Rory, and we are here every day making music because of the technology. It's like, you know, you could sit and make music like this. Once you have to be in the studio with a lot of different musicians with drums. Now this is a drum machine, and everything is all digital, so we're just making some music.
And it spreads worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, we've been around here in Kingston talking to quite a lot of people who have been in the industry for so many years, and it's been a pleasure to meet these people. And we've been talking a little bit with them about, you know, the influences of reggae in the world, but also how reggae started. And of course, we spoke to the people that are a little bit older and how they started out, and it was the influence with the R&B from America, I guess, and you know they had only the one radio and so on. When did you come into the picture?
I came into the picture around 1967. I started playing that when I did my first recording, but I used to play like in little bands. All of us used to play in bands. In the clubs, people would come and dance and everything like that. And then the first song I played on was Ansel Collins was the one who took me to the studio. And I did a song called Night Doctor. It came out as the Upsetters, and then just when I was going on 15, he called the next session, and the next song was a song called Double Barrel with Dave and Nancy Collins, which was like went to #1 in England and went to number 22 in America. And I grew up listening to ska, Mento, Rocksteady, everything when it changes and came out. If you ask me who is responsible for these things, I don't know. I just hear the music changing and I was a part of it. You know, just want to be a part of what is happening, you know.
And I mean, with your, you know, you've been working with so many different artists. It's interesting, you know, how the music sort of have its own life in the sense that you can get influences from all over.
Yeah. I pick up a lot of influence from everything. I listen to a lot of R&B. I listen to a lot of Brazilian music, Latin music, African music, especially, and Japanese music, Chinese music, everything, because I realized that we could take everything and pull it to reggae and fit it some kind of way. So my day-to-day thing is just listening to what is happening musically, and when it changes, it's coming, or top 40 radio, what they're playing, to see, okay, this is the sound they're using, and everything like that.
can you see how reggae has, you know, what the big influences on reggae have been during the course of maybe 20 years? You know, the last what?
Well, I think the big stuff on reggae is like when people like No Doubt came here and they did 2 songs and they won 2 Grammy for the 2 songs. It was done in Portland, Tony, and people like Janet Nash who came in early and did Hold Me Tight, and people like Simpered, and even like Bob Dylan did a reggae song. Mick Jagger did Cherry O Baby, and so on. And a lot of songs been covered by all these artists. So I think this is where the whole breakout came.
Mm. So what about today? You have sort of the root reggae that you say,
Yeah.
and now it's a lot of dance hall and house.
A dance hall, yeah.
Is that sort of taken off from the reggae? Or?
No, well, some people say it is, but I don't think it's a branch off from reggae, because some kids. The thing is this, because of the internet. Once you wouldn't hear a lot of music because you couldn't get to listen to it. Now, because of internet and the computer, these kids are listening to a wide variety of music, so they're hearing things like, when we were growing up, we could listen to R&B, but now it's so wide that they could plug in and they could listen to African music, any kind of thing. So I think sometimes, like when we were growing up, we want to make funky because we hear it. So it's the same thing. They probably want to do house because they hear it on the radio, and because they are doing reggae, they probably feel like they should change. But you know, sometimes you feel like the music is drifting too far from reggae, because a lot of people overseas love reggae so much that they don't want us to try and make a pop record or something like that. So
yeah. So we had it was fantastic to see the other night when you sat all together and you know, did the music.
Yeah.
Is that how you usually work? I mean, how do you create this creative environment?
Oh, well, you listen to the song and you look at the artist's personality and the artist's image, and you try and fit this drum pattern or which you're gonna set around the artist, and you try to see where the artist is much comfortable. You know, if the song should be faster or slower, and you watch the artist's vibration, and they say, okay, this is okay, and then, you know, and then you move it from there, and then the rest of the musician will fall in and do what they have to do. But you always listen to the song carefully, you know, to get a good groove on it.
Mm. How would you say would be, you know, the best environment to be creative in? I mean, now I know you knew each other so well, the ones you sat with, but...
Well, I think the best environment to be creative in is just... It's so funny sometimes, like, things just come to you, like when you're on the plane traveling, ideas flow. Sometimes here in the studio, idea for somebody come to you and they say one thing, and immediately you trigger off something that you say, I could work with this, you know. So in many different ways you can get it. Yeah.
So do you often, you know, participate in jam sessions, just, you know?
Oh, no, not really. 'Cause most of the time when we come into the studio, it's just the record, so we just come in and start getting the groove, setting it, and then we cut the track.
Yeah. What would you say is the heart or the soul of reggae music?
Well, I think the heart and soul of reggae music, right, is not with the machine. The machine is okay when we play it live. I think that's the heart and soul. And I think even today, music, you don't feel that soul in it like when you used to. If you can program the machine, because I used to do so much recording, and I still play live and recording. I use the machine to set it. That's like, oh, I would play it and try and make it feel like it's live with the whole thing. So you have to be very careful. And some of the kids are using the Fruity Loops and all these things from the computer. And I mean, you could dance it and everything, but it doesn't have the soul. Like when you go back and listen to, if you should come from ska coming down Rocksteady, you could hear different vibes in it, vibration.
how much teaching do you do?
I don't teach anything. Just people come around and they will just pick up vibes.
Okay.
Because sometimes there's no time, because like every day I'm in the studio and I like to come to the studio and create and make music. So most of the time I might be here doing a session for somebody, and so we don't teach. If somebody would say come along, they come along and see us doing it, and we pick up certain things and we might explain to them about certain things, but we don't teach.
Do you get a lot of requests?
Well, a lot of people say I should, but I'll tell them there's no time.
No.
Because I like recording. This is
Yeah.
where my art is, in the studio
Yeah.
and playing live on shows. So between that, there's no time, because why I like recording so much, I could be here making a record and somebody could be in Sweden or Germany and they would listen to it and say, well, that's nice. So I like that, being so far but still near,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. How many times have you been to Sweden?
I've been there a couple of times, well, and I think the last time I was there, I was on a tour and I saw a friend of mine called Dunbar. And I went there and stayed with him too. But I've been there a couple of times, and it's always good for reggae, Sweden. I always get a nice crowd, people turn out. But I haven't been there in quite a while, so I don't know if this year I'm going to go there, maybe.
We hope so.
Yeah.
That would be a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of Swedish, actually a lot of female reggae artists coming up
Yeah.
now. And gaining ground, if you
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
otherwise you have a lot of guys
Yeah.
coming along, but there are a few girls.
Yeah, man, it's nice to see, like, especially for reggae, a lot of little groups and girls and guys get together to try and play reggae. And it's just going to make it get wider when a lot of people get involved in it,
Yeah, one thing too. How do you? I mean, reggae is played everywhere. You have reggae bands everywhere.
Yeah.
Is there any reggae band in other countries that that is not Jamaican members in that really do have the right vibe?
Yeah, there's a lot of reggae band all over the world, and because they go to Barcelona, Spain, there's reggae band. They go everywhere, there's a little band playing reggae. Go to Japan, there's a lot of reggae band there. So to me, I think it's a good thing to see they were trying to play the music and supporting the music and loving it, And I think there's some ska band around the place, so I haven't seen them, but I heard that there's some ska band.
All right. I always do this. Peter, did I miss anything?
I have one question.
Yeah?
Last night we went to China's place.
China, in the yard.
Yeah, in the yard.
Yeah.
And they had this jamming session. It was
Awesome.
So awesome.
Yeah, man, I know, man.
And I just wonder, Jamaica is a small island, just like Sweden.
Yeah.
It's a small country, but Jamaica has just a distinguished sound.
Yeah, definitely.
How come?
I think, how come we got the sound? I think it's coming down straight from Africa, the sound travel here. And being in Jamaica, the lifestyle and what we do every day, like, Jamaica is not a rich country, so most of our time is stay around doing sports or doing music, which we love, because like reggae was born like from the ghetto, and we grew up listening to that every day. So, like, there's a sound automatically create itself by everybody just getting together and say that sounds good. And this is, I think, it developed because sometimes we're here, we don't know what we're gonna do, and somebody might just say something, and you start, and something start developing, and you say, "Wow, that's cool, that's good," So I think that is the reason that we get this sound. Sometimes we don't even know what happened; it just happened. Yeah.
I was thinking about that at China's place because that's a creative environment.
Yeah, it's the same thing because they're into a lot of African music, and China is into rock steady, back in old music and things like that. So, and with all these Nyabingi drums, they could feel vibration, when they start playing and start jamming. Wicked. Yeah. Wild.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. I think we're about done. But I wanted to tell you also that I don't know how much Winston has told you. We are trying to get together a sort of a music fusion project in Sweden. We will just start a little bit this year, but mainly the main focus is next year.
Yeah.
And we would like to have people from Jamaica and Sweden meet and create something new, or
Okay.
get together and we have in Sweden our big original music is a lot with violin.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've heard of Orsa Spelmän, where one of the ABBA members, Benny Andersson, is a member of. He is sort of the one in ABBA who is still playing a lot of music.
Okay.
But he has gone back to the roots,
Okay,
the
okay.
violin. And we are trying to, we don't know if we get him, but we are trying to set up, the other members of that group are really interested in joining this project to see if we can, make some really nice fusion work
Yeah.
with music. So our dream would be if you would be interested in somehow.
Really.
Yeah, could
Yeah.
have some kind of cooperation.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
That would be
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah, because that's what I'm about, is taking other kind of music and fuse it with our reggae. And like we have a song called Carnation Market, which we use the accordion, the sample of accordion, and playing it. People in Jamaica love it
Yeah.
very much,
Mm-hmm.
I think probably maybe Rory could give you a copy of the record.
Yeah.
Carnation Market, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're trying to just fuse like what China is doing down there, and we are doing other things up here, trying to make still Jamaican music, but fuse it with a lot of different things,
Mm.
and fuse it with like Arabian music and all these things.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. This is great.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.